Ours is the first MEMS microphone that takes that pro audio technology so that you can fit it into something like a laptop, a headphone, or all of our consumer electronics. We tune our algorithms to their product so they'll ship us their product, and we tune our algorithms to work perfectly in their form factor for their use case, and we do a whole range of actual design services. So we help design the acoustic integration, the mechanical design, the software. We can do everything the customer needs to get the full audio solution.
Hello IPX, we are here again at CES and we're going to be hearing all about Soundskrip and the world's smallest directional microphone. So first of all, let's introduce you to
Charles. Hi.
First of all, conceptually, tell us what that means.
Yeah, so our microphone essentially takes what's standard in pro audio applications where you have a directional microphone, so it only listens to what's in front of it, versus an omnidirectional microphone that picks up everything. And so in pro audio that's very common, but so far we haven't been able to scale that down to the size of a MEMS microphone, which is used in consumer electronics. So ours is the first MEMS microphone that takes that pro audio technology so that you can fit it into something like a laptop, a headphone, or all of our consumer electronics.
Right. What's the advantage to MEMS in that scenario?
So MEMS are a lot smaller.
Yep.
They're easier to produce and they're much more matched. So when you take that pro audio style microphone, those capsules, one microphone to the next microphone, the performance is going to be different. They're not going to be the exact same thing. MEMS, because it's a transistor, like a semiconductor process,
yep,
they're identical every time.
Right, so it's so you know that you've got absolute consistency in your product.
Yep. And then when you try to do processing with two of them, you really need that consistency.
Yes, so I understand. So in a mass market, you want consistency and you want it to always do the same thing.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, all right. So why don't you show us some examples, or show us the way that a directional microphone actually works and the benefit of it.
Yeah. So our microphone has what's called a dipole polar pattern. So it listens to what's in front and what's behind. And if we take two of those, we can have one in front, one in behind, and then one pointing side to side. So that gives us information about where the sound is coming from. So I know who's sitting in front of the laptop, who's sitting next to it, who's across the room. And so we can pick who we want to listen to.
Right.
So do you want to see a demo?
Yes, please.
So what we have set up here is kind of our main demo kit with the two microphones running our privacy mode. And so this creates a bubble in front of the laptop to listen to who's in front of it and ignore someone off to the side. And so next to that, I'm going to record just the omnidirectional microphone that picks up absolutely everything. No processing, nothing fancy, just to get a sense of what it actually sounded like to the computer.
Yep.
And then with our microphones, how much background noise we can remove.
Okay, excellent.
So if you want to just step in front of the laptop, and then I'll have you talk into the laptop, and then I'll talk over here to the side.
Right, so Liverpool Football Club, you'll never walk alone.
And now I'm talking over here, and you see I'm completely muted. Now if we talk at the same time, we can talk 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to start talking.
Yes, stop talking, please. I'm talking. I'm more important.
And so we're talking at the same time, and I can even talk a lot louder if you want to keep talking.
Yes,
and so I can talk much louder than you are at the same time, and it won't pick me up at all.
I get you. Right. That's really very clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it recognised that I was in front of it. Everything outside of that, it completely got rid of. So it doesn't matter whatever you were saying, it wasn't going to listen to you.
Exactly.
Very clever. Very clever. So what's the that's a typical PC example, but is that a webcam you were saying?
Yeah. So this is a webcam that uses our microphones. So there's one of our directional microphones and one omnidirectional microphone, and we do beamforming and processing between the two. That gives us a lot of flexibility to what the sound coming out of that looks like.
Right. So if, obviously keeping noise out of, things like conference calls and things like that's pretty common. What other kind of solution is there if that didn't exist?
So for a webcam, one of the challenges is to have that directionality, you need space. So for a laptop trying to kind of mimic this with omnidirectional microphones, this laptop has 4 microphones. So one here, one here, one here, one there. And it kind of approximates a directional microphone by combining them.
Yeah.
But like we have 2 ears on either side of our head, the way we tell where sound is coming from is the spacing between those and the difference in the sound. In a small webcam like this, you don't have space.
No.
You can't space apart the microphones.
No.
So really, you're really limited to how good of a sound signal you can get just because of how small the product is.
Right. Okay. Well, that is actually very, 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 very impressive. So, typical applications, you've got things like PCs, you've got things like webcams, and then other applications.
Yeah, so another popular thing is headsets.
Yep.
A lot of like gaming headsets, you have that big boom microphone in front, and people want to
Yep.
get rid of that. But the further you get from the sound source, the harder it is to get good audio quality. So by using our microphones in the headset, we can get a big improvement over the traditional solutions. Other things are things like AR glasses, where you want to either enhance the voice of someone in front of you for like hearing assistance,
Yep.
or translation, where I want to pick up your voice, translate what you're saying, and ignore what I'm saying, ignore what the person next to me is saying, and so we can have a conversation.
So is that using different technology to do that kind of thing?
Same microphone. The software might be a little bit different.
So so you do that bit in software.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So how? So if a company comes to you now, you have this piece of silicon, this MEMS microphone, and then to do the different applications, you have different kinds of software. So how does that work?
So we have a suite of software set.
Yep.
So we have some basic DSP algorithms that are no AI, and then we have our AI-based solutions.
Right.
And then on top of that, we work directly with the customer. So we build custom solutions. We tune our algorithms to their product, so they'll ship us their product, and we tune our algorithms to work perfectly in their form factor for their use case. And we do a whole range of actual design services. So we help design the acoustic integration, the mechanical design, the software. We can do everything the customer needs to get the full audio solution.
Right. So in terms of a customer relationship and in terms of how you interact with them, you described a scenario where the great thing about MEMS is the absolute consistency of the product. Every single one, from the first one to the millionth one, does the same thing. So how much of your time is spent in that software arena helping customers get exactly what they want?
So that really depends, right? Some software products, like a webcam, we know how to make a webcam. We have the software built. We'll
Yep.
give it to them. Someone wants to do something really unique and custom, like one sort of product we're looking at is doing a sound bar. So you're doing a conferencing system for a big room with people far away, so like a conferencing camera with a big sound bar. Now there is the challenge of you have the microphones right next to big speakers making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And so that becomes something where you got to be a lot more custom to the product itself to
Right.
not pick up the speakers, get that feedback where it makes that really high ringing noise,
Yeah.
and make sure you get good audio quality from around the room.
Right. So it is really absolutely application defined how much you can have software that you can just deliver,
Yep.
and
exactly.
or the problem being much, much, much bigger.
Yep, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I think that's a very, very good introduction to the world's smallest directional microphone. And now I understand what a directional microphone is, and it is very, very complex. For all those IP exchanges, that's an in-joke with a very big man over there who I said his solution was one-dimensional, and clearly it is not. There you go. Make up for it. Forgive me now. Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks for stopping by.
Introduction.
So that was ipXchange's first in-person meeting with Soundskrip, which is pretty incredible considering we're officially partnered with them. If you want to have a go with the Horizon development kit that was shown, head to the ipXchange website.